Greetings, one and all, to the most cursed, most cringiest corner of the internet. A YouTube channel content creator actively alienating everyone in both the analog and the digital world. Well, welcome and good evening, you wonderful dice of all alignments. I am Lunar D8. This is Let's Play Phobies. It's a sort of vampire survival game, as far as I could tell. That's all I know. Aside from that, you guys are learning alongside me, so...
Open your eyes. Oh, come and see what's inside. You've been ready for a while. All you lacked was a guide. Greetings and confabulations. I'm Lippy, your trusted guide to all things ferocious.
I'm not the only person thinking about blowjobs right now, right? Okay. Just make sure it wasn't me. It wasn't just me. It's all of us. I can't use the controller. Your game sucks. Why would you make it not compatible with controllers?
Together we shall explore your deepest recesses and turn these freaky phobias into an army.
Okay, you pronounced it differently, but... I dislike that the controller does not... I'm making sure it's actually plugged in. Because I actually have started a game before without the controller plugged in. Nope, you just didn't make it compatible.
Let's get back to that bedroom of phobies of yours.
I'm trying so hard to make... wholesome. Not talking about futanari. At least the game's not sexual. We saw like a unicorn, and then we saw like a mountain with exploding kittens. There was actually like a card game called Exploding Kittens at one point.
Phobies are fears made flesh. Guess how many you have? Oh, let's see.
You know what my phobia is? You didn't make the controller compatible for the game. I have to use the keyboard. I don't like using the keyboard. Why would you make me use the keyboard?
Whoa.
Remember the first two parts of...
Full of phobies, you'll be unnatural at this.
My first two parts suit me, boy, I played with the keyboard. Part 3, I got to use a controller, and I was like, I had a lot of fun with that. Part 9, I managed to beat the game. I suggest that the best parts in the game are part 3 through 9, but I went on to go up to like a part 33. So,
As you can see, my hat is full of tricks too. Unnatural or not, they're coming for you. You need an attack plan. Select erratic, that weird-looking battery guy.
is it supposed to sound sexual, or am I just horny?
Now let's hit that freaky clown.
Well, that was...
Fucking, I know. Erratic hits like static. Is it lightning or frightening? All phobies get 2 actions per turn. Hit that clown again. Erratic hurt them all, but that clown is too tough. Let's bring in some backup. Murderwing always wants a turn at bat. Select him. Bring him closer and fly him onto that mental block. We're in range for the special attack. Let's turn that clown upside down. Meatball. Oh, now it's time to finish this therapy session. Sheeping gas is great in a crowd, but she needs to get in nice and close. magnificent! Oh, what a gas! When you kill all my phobies, my heart collapses and you win.
Why do you sound like you enjoy that?
When
Yay!
you finish a game, you'll earn rewards like these. But more on that later. And because you've been a straight shooter, here's a special gift from me to you.
Oh, thank you. Jar cannon! Yay! I get to collect things.
Look at you. Growing your phobie collection already. You're unnaturally good at this.
I feel like if the developer of this game knew I existed, they'd be like, this guy's making me uncomfortable by playing my video game.
Come along, sweetie.
And I'm like, it's what I do, man.
Deeper, and I'll show you
It's what I do.
even creepier.
Yeah, I think I'm too much of a horny degenerate for your game.
My phobies outclass yours this time. You'll need to be clever.
But I can't do that.
Ready or not, here I come.
I guess I have to wait. Why do you get to attack me first? Why did you attack me directly?
Going to push your way through this one, sugar. Check
The
out
real
my
Demon
attitude.
Souls
If you finish it
starts
off,
here.
Phobies die too.
Okay, so basically, the fucking robot armada is too much for me, so I need to just go around them.
You can't reach my heart with a direct attack, but there's another way. Panic points. If you control the panic points, you can win a battle without firing a single sheep.
Cool.
Panic points you control, the more damage you do to my heart. Let's grab a trusty old murder wing.
Cool.
Now move over that obstacle and grab that panic point. The bottom panic point is blocked, but Gravedigger has a special talent.
You can break through mental blocks. I'm trying to click on them.
Gravedigger can obliterate obstacles, but he can create them too.
Cool.
Well done. Now grab that point. Only one panic point left.
Ah, but somebody's already on it.
But my phobia is blocking you. Let's use sheeping gas to clear the air.
It just reminds me of Bravitz Musashi. You have two swords, Fusion and Lunar, and technically there's two different Musashi games. I want a Mega Man Legends 3 and a Bravitz Musashi 3 still. But you can assimilate different characters to get different power-ups, but some of them are not good power-ups. Like, you can assimilate, I think, an ant, and you get depression. You can also assimilate, I think, snakes or something and get poisoned. You can also assimilate a mushroom, a giant mushroom, and then bouncing sheep all fly around your head and you go to take a nap. But also remember, like, I think one of the best parts of that game is one of the final sub-bosses in the final chapter of the game is you have a Dance Dance Revolution dance-off battle with the VTuber Iron Mouse. So it's a lot of fun. Then again, toward the end of Chapter 5, before your fight with the Queen Ant, you have a mini-game sort of thing that takes about 20 minutes to play. And it's very much like the game Thumper that I played on Steam. It's a lot of fun. Brave Fencer Musashi, the original one, the one for the PS1, is the best game that ever came out on the original PlayStation. It actually came with a demo disc of Final Fantasy VIII. Honestly, the characters, both in gameplay and in just cutscenes, and even the art in the book, are, heck, even in the credits where it's like painting stuff, it's awesome. The art style is beautiful. It's beautiful brushstroke artwork, orchestral music. And you also have voice actors from like Dot Hack Sign and other amazing animes. Great voice actors. Best game ever made for the PS1. And you could tell, like the same way Crash Bandicoot had certain limitations when they made the original one for the PlayStation and even the others, to where again, the PlayStation was having its limitations pushed. Brave Fencer Musashi, you could tell there was a lot of extra stuff they wanted to include. I still want a Brave Fencer Musashi 3 and a Mega Man Legends 3. But yeah, Brave Fencer Musashi, you were summoned to the world. You're a dual wielder who has his two swords, Fusion and Lumina, and you've been summoned to save the all-you-can-eat kingdom from the Thirst Quencher Empire. And all of the people in Thirst Quencher are named after various carbonated soda drinks. And all of the people in the all-you-can-eat kingdom are named after food. You have to save this medieval kingdom from the evil Führer Flatsky and his Colonel Capricola and Lieutenant Rootrick and Topo and Ed and Bend and Ginger Ale and Bubbles. Also, just to be clear, I would definitely smash Bubbles, Ginger Ale, and Topo. Yes, Topo is your Iron Mouse VTuber. It's a really, really fun game. I really would like more games similar to Thumper, as well as Dance Dance Revolutions type stuff. But, yeah. The first chapter of it is you're summoned, you're saving people, you go to the Spout Tower, you see some dead people hanging from ropes, you stab a dude, then you run away like Indiana Jones style from somebody, and then you fight a giant robot from like Ghost in the Shell. And then you take a nap after nuking some people. You know, it was just that time, it's just that time of medieval history where you nuke a city. And then you take a nap and then you get a magical watch that lets you like have an Omnitrix or something. And then you have a house inside a bedroom of a medieval castle where you can collect toys. And then you can go annoy a scribe who's filling in for the librarian because the librarian's like gone because all the people have been kidnapped, including Seer Beaverly. You need Seer Beaverly in order to know where all the scrolls and other people are that you need to save. By the way, the librarian, who is hidden in the underground dungeon with the vampire zombies, the Bambies, I would totally fuck her. Especially if she was Futa. But Seer Beaverly, she's on top of a little ledge in between the Steamwood Forest, the Meandering Woods, and the Dragon Isles. And she's a very animated character, not in terms of physical appearance. I mean, it's a game. It's not an anime. But in her manner of speaking, she's very energetic and enthusiastic. Anyway, so after you walk around a bit, listen to some gossip, you talk to this elderly woman who's like dying of Alzheimer's or something, but you're like being her best friend, and then you go to a restaurant where there's this really hot girl named Wanda that's like probably like 30 something, and I feel like there should have been extra scenes there. I'm just saying I'm turning this game to a dating sim now. I'm just saying she was kind of cute. Anyway, as we continue the story, you explore around, you meet the mayor, you punch some things. Also, you find these things called Miku. They're not Hatsune Miku, but that would be cool too. But anyway, what you do is you hunt these things down, and they're like giant rabbits, but they're very chubby and adorable. And then you pick them up and throw them. They're fine, but they spit out these berries that extend your life force. Also, when you free the people, the large green diamond Binjo fields that are locking people up, it increases your BP power, which is like your magic points. But your magic points are constantly diminishing over time, as also a stamina meter. But if it depletes too much, because here's the thing, you can use your BP. It depletes no matter what over time. But also, you can use some of those points for special abilities. But also, if it drops to 0, you die. So, be sparing. Also, you have health, which that drops to 0, you also die. Also, you're constantly tired. but you can take like a bunch of mints and stuff. You can buy them at the store from this girl named Jam. And yeah, the mints are pretty cool. That being said, you know, this game was made before energy drinks existed. So, yeah. But think of it like Red Bull. But keep in mind, this is back before Red Bull existed. I don't think energy drinks even existed. I don't think the word energy drink had ever even came into fruition at that point. Anyway, so then we find some bread and some water, and we give it to this guy who's locked in a stock, and then people like beating him and shit. And then like giant dragonflies are flying through the sky, and then Gene Simmons sings music. And then you have Guns N' Roses going on. Welcome to the jungle. We got fun. Anyway, so after that, you then rescue a puppy dog that's trapped by wizards on a river. And then you bring the puppy dog back to the dude in the stocks. And then the dude in the stocks says, "That's my puppy dog." And anyway, you're like, "My puppy dog, you know where the key is. I made a key in case, I ever, would be like this. Because I have enough foresight to know that this will happen, but not enough foresight to not do this." Also, let's check OBS. OBS, Chan, are you okay? Yeah, okay. It's like, am I not recording anything? I am. Yay. Anyway, so then you go to the meandering forest, and you help a puppy through a maze of darkness. And occasionally there's giant, like, pig soldier orc people. And then you fight them, and then you go to a graveyard, you get a key, and you go back, and you unlock. Turns out his name is John, and he tells you to meet you at the top of a mountain, but he says cut down some trees. So then you climb a mountain, and you cut down a bunch of trees. And you get to the top, you're like, "Yeah, we're going to build a raft." You're like, "Oh, fuck, I can't swim." So then you hop on the raft, and you go down a river, avoiding, like, people that are fishing. I don't know, and there's also some people that are doing bobsleds and stuff. Also, I think, Dave Chappelle is actually there also. He's like cooking meat on a grill and hamburgers and shit. Anyway, so then you get to where the legendary armor is. There's all these different pieces of legendary armor. But you have to take it to an old dude named Connor to get it appraised. But he's a grumpy dude. He doesn't wake up till past noon. Anyway, he appraised you at the L brace. Now let you climb certain walls. Using this, you want to find out that the local nuclear power plant is having an explosion. Well, almost. Anyway, so you are sent by the mayor of the city to go check on the nuclear power plant that provides energy to the people that I'm pretty sure have not seen a single fucking light bulb in your fucking city. But somehow you have a nuclear power plant. Anyway, so I find the dude who's in charge of the nuclear power plant knocked unconscious in front of the nuclear power plant. It's his job to watch the nuclear power plant. Anyway, Rotrick came and attacked him. I got some information, like maps to where the mountain is, because he's trying to find the scrolls of power left by, because we are Musashi, but we're the reincarnation of another Musashi, or the fast, it's like, I think it's like time travel stuff. Remember, Major Bison from Street Fighter, his brother, is actually Fester from the original Addams Family movie. So that movie with Fester. They made 2 Addams Family movies back then, back in like the 90s. Remember, Fester from Addams Family Values, he's also brothers with Major Bison from Street Fighter. Anyway, so we go there and we come across Ruchik, we race from top, and then we like break his leg with a fucking rock, and then we free the Earth Scroll. We can now cause small tremors. Then we have to save some mercenaries to help us go into hell. And then we, with the help of Stuart Ribeye Steak Ribson, with the various musicians that play fucking kick-ass fucking Korn and Slipknot and System Down and Disturbed and Tool and a Perfect Circle in the background, we then journey into Hell's Valley with 4 mercenaries where we fight a giant rock scorpion. And then we eat its soul. And after that, we find out about Bubbles and Ginger Ale talking to Fuhrer Flatsky. By the way, Fuhrer Flatsky, yes, it's a fucking Hitler reference. We're fighting Hitler in this game. Anyway, So Bubbles and Ginger Ale there are like very hot, and I would fuck them both. Heck, if they're a futa, they could fucking spit roast me. Yeah, I'm making this uncomfortable for everyone. Anyway, they go into Mission Vambi, where they're bioengineering soldiers using genetic modified organisms so that they can make a modified version of an already existing monster called a Vambi. That is a Dragon Ball Z fusion of vampires and zombies that smears the desecrated corpses of the Smurfs all over their fucking faces. Anyway, so you come here, everyone's a bit sad, there's some people got attacked. Anyway, the local kid named Tim, he's been mauled by a Vambi. He'll live, but he's gonna turn into one. So he's gonna die. He basically becomes a zombie and there's a zombie outbreak. You have to save him, or else everyone fucking dies. Anyway, but they'll at least guilt trip you. Like, it's not an immediate game over. Like, if you game over trying to save the nuclear power plant, you're like, fuck. And then you get to see a scene of it exploding, and the whole city explodes, and everyone dies instantly. But here it's more like, oh, his mom is now crying because her son is dead. And now her son's alive again and killing everyone. Anyway, so obviously that was the game over state. Anyway, what then happens is you're tasked with two things. Now, the local save point is a inn run by Hotello and Motello and their daughter Mint. One of them's the father, or both of them. Or I don't know. I don't care. Too busy thinking about Bubbles, Ginger Ale, Wanda, Seer Beaverly, the librarian, and Topo. Also, everything's a food reference, and I'm hungry. And everything's a drinking reference, and I'm like, I want some soda pop. I want some Mountain Dew, I want some Red Bull, I want some ginger ale. Now I'm imagining lots of titties. Anyway, aside from imagining Bubbles and ginger ale bouncing without any tops on, also having dicks. Moving on, also, nice asses. Like I said, you'd have to play the game to know where I'm coming from on that. Anyway, what you then do is, okay, either Hotel or Modell is staying behind, and the other one's going to find Mysteria. It's like an underground flower that grows in a mine or some shit. Well, we don't got to worry about that. We're being sent to go. Oh no, we're actually going after Mysteria. The other guy is going after Aqualin, which is a special holy water that grows in like a hot spring up at the top of a very mountain that's exposed to like meteorites or some shit. So anyway, then we go find Wid, who lives in a windmill. He's even crankier than Connor, and he sleeps even later. You have to like wake him up at like 3 a.m. He gives you a key to the mines, and you go into this really awesome underground lake that's got beautiful music and the most chill fucking shit ever. I still think there should be a game called Touch Grass the Game, though I base that picture with Mega Man, the Volnut, out of the underground lake ruins in his game. But yeah, Mega Man Legends and Brave Fencer Musashi, awesome fucking games. Still want Mega Man Legends 3. Anyway, so you're going in there, you get the flower so that you can. But then you come back and you find Hotello not come back. We get the Aqualin. So but also you're given a time limit. You only have this much time left to save him. So then you get there, get back in time. You manage to get the water. You bring it back, and you save him. And then his mom's like, "Hey, here's some oranges." And then what you do is you go find Acrobat Sausages and Clown Weenie, and you bring them back together. And they love each other, and they're fucking gay. And then they do acrobatic shit. And then you hand them a fucking orange, and they teach you fucking military combat strategies. So now you can like launch Apache helicopters at people. Yeah. Anyway. Now you gotta figure out where the Vambies come from. So now you find like all the people from the restaurant, like Wanda, who's got nice tits, by the way. Everyone does. Anyway, she's at the inn, and you go talk to her. You can also do some gambling. Anyway, she tells you about the one dude. who owns the restaurant, and she saw something behind the counter. So you go in there and you wait till midnight to be able to, and you see vampire zombies coming at the door. You're like, oh shit. And then you go in through there and, well, you find the area behind the counter. You go in and you find a bunch of dead Smurfs and empty soda pop bottles everywhere. And then you find Mr. Manic or whatever, Manwich, Sloppy Joe Man, whatever his food-based name is. And he's like drunk on caffeine. He's drunk on caffeine. And he can't go on. But he's told you that the cure to stop the boss, the monsters, is behind a magical door with 4 eyes on it. But there's these 4 other paths you have to take. And there's probably a key at the end of each of them. Like some sort of orb of mysticism they have to go to in order to find a way to stop the zombies. But occasionally, if you're feeling tired, he's brought a whole fucking cake with him. So anytime you're feeling peckish, just talk to him. And he just gives you a whole fucking slice of giant-ass chocolate cake. And it fully heals you. Anyway, each of these 4 paths go off of these various different things. Which honestly, each of these 4 paths is its own completely unique type of platforming puzzle. They're not the same. It's not like, oh, this is 4 different types of platformers. No. They're each their very own unique platforming concept. And each is absolutely fucking kick-ass. And you also fight a bunch of the vampires and some ghosts. Also, Jesus stops by and talks to you for a bit and gives you words for encouragement. You give him a hug and you thank him very much. You also do some bowling. So that's cool too. Anyway, after, going skating with Bob Saget and finding all 4 of these crystal balls, you then find out that Mr. Manic had lied to you. That there was nothing about stopping the vampires, and he'd only bought the restaurant in the first place, started his business, because he had heard about a treasure buried under here, and he was the one who released them. And there was no boss behind the door. It was a treasure that turned out to be a belt. But then you appraise it, and it becomes the legendary belt that somehow makes you fucking do double jumps. So now you can double jump. But now, the church is all boarded up, and the priest is living in the street, and you're like, what's going on? And the priest is now a schizophrenic man, and talking about aliens and shit. Anyway, you help him calm down, and then you investigate his church, and you find Bubbles in there with 5 modified super soldier vampire zombies, who then all fight you, and they're all immortal. But then you survive the night and kill enough time until daylight comes through, thanks to all the bullets, because now there's machine guns, and the orcs of Saruman now have the Second Amendment, and so Sauron is trying his best, but now sunlight has come through, and everything is fine. Now that being said, the priest is thankful, except for all the, dead zombies and intestines and organs everywhere all over his church. Apparently he does also the bullet holes and everything. Also, I broke a couple of the pews. Also, there's more dead people. I'm sorry, but at least none of it's contagious. They got a nuclear power plant. I'm sure they got fucking bleach or some shit. Anyway, he gives us an angel statue, and we go into a part that was blocked off, that you couldn't get to without a double jump to get to. And then you put the angel statue in there, and you go to a new platforming area, and it is a bit challenging. But that's the point of everything else in that restaurant, was to train you up so you could fucking do it. And in the end, you fight the fire god, the guardian of the water scroll, the relic keeper. It's a giant stone titan underground on lava. However, he hits his head on the ceiling, and then he gets stuck underneath the ceiling. And then we make fun of him, and he starts crying. And then his tears burn into the lava, and become a fire spirit that then fights us. At times it becomes an octopus, and we all have seen enough hentai to know where that is going. Anyway, so after we beat him and eat his soul, we then return to take a nap. And we wake up. And we see a scene of the Princess Filet. She's trying to summon another hero, and she summons Kojiro. You know, our rival from whatever fucking place we came from. Anyway. We then leave, and we find out there were thieves that had stolen shit from the bell. You know, they stole the giant church bell. We have to find it. So we go down the underground mines again, and we find the bell. And we bring it back. We find some more treasure, some more legendary armors. Also, I think we do I'm like starting to lose track of where we are in the story. Anyway, at some point, right, the mayor has gotten sick. And he has a fever. Hopefully he's not dying. We also stop in with the old lady with Alzheimer's disease. And we're like sitting and playing a game of shogi and chess with her. Which, honestly, it makes me feel worse about losing those matches. Anyway. We're also starting a toy collection. Anyway. We are sent on a quest to find a gondola gizmo from an ancient scrap depository. We get some help from some carpenters that we rescue, and we go through some underground factory areas. We then fix the gondola, and it's all better. And then the city's on fucking fire. So we come back and use our water scroll to put out the fire because we're a one-man fucking fire department. And then we check out with, Mrs. Governor to find out that the mayor did not, in fact, die of being burned alive in his house. Then, as a reward, they give me an old calendar that's actually a puzzle clue for solving a later puzzle that is actually pretty kick-ass, which I will explain later. It's in Chapter 6, the final chapter of the game. Also, we get some rock salt, which lets us go into the next immediate area we need to get to. But it's also an artificial difficulty thing because it forces you to have one less inventory space. It's a permanent item that takes up space in your inventory. You guys remember Laguna from Final Fantasy VIII? His music theme was pretty cool. Heck, imagine if you could just like wander around Balaam Garden, but in VR. Anyway. You then go to the Isle of the Dragon God, use some rock salt to make a giant boulder, become a little tiny snail. And then you free an artisan from like Spyro the Dragon. And then you find the princess, and she was a Kojiro. But he's like, you can't have her unless you... But you also got the fire scroll there. So you got the fire scroll now. And then you fight Kojiro and beat the shit out of him and leave him to probably die or something in the middle of the fucking beach. And then you leave with the princess. I've rescued the princess. And it's like, okay, cool. And we take him back to Stuart Ripson. Everyone's happy. We're cool. And everything's cool. And then I wake up and find the princess is gone. And then I go to the city. Everyone's suppressed. And she says, like, oh, the princess says we need royal taxes because fuck the peasants. Anyway, and we're like, oh, the princess wouldn't do that. And I go to find a princess. And all of a sudden I find out the nuclear power plant's having problems again. And I go there and I see the fucking nuclear power plant. I find Homer Simpson laying in front of the giant nuclear power plant. And he's saying his back hurts. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, she attacked me. And I'm like, who? The princess. I locked her in the nuclear power plant. But then she started making everything go haywire. I'm like, what? Why? And then I go into the nuclear power plant. And the princess is laughing. Then I see that she's got like a mouse tail. Because she's actually... But I don't remember the princess having a tail. So I lift up her dress and pull her tail. And then she eeks. And then she transforms, and it turns out it was Iron Mouse the VTuber in disguise as a princess in a big floofy dress. And now she's in her Mouse Girl Topu outfit. And then she leaves. But then we get the money back from the shops because she drops that, and we have to save the nuclear power plant again. But now it's harder because there's more shit that's broken. And so now it's a little more puzzle and more stressful. Anyway, we managed to get through that. And hopefully never have to go through that fucking again. But now we need to find a few things. We encounter Ed and Ben, the rest of Leader's force. We then talk to the mercenaries, and we get a word-based puzzle based off of chess and shogi, which we then use to solve our way through meandering forest again, but in a different way. And now we make it to a giant frozen mansion, the Frozen Palace. It's a giant ice-covered mansion. And it's got poisonous flowers. There's also werewolves, and there's giant metal hippos. There's also clones, like out of Naruto. So there's just a bunch of Narutos ever. There's also penguins that keep playing with ice cubes. And then you have the Ice King from Adventure Time. But he's like dead. So after you walk past the crucified remains of Ice King, you then encounter Ginger Ale, and she's a little surprised to see you, but she doesn't fucking care. Flirts with you a bit. You may or may not fuck her. And then you continue on your quest. As you go through here, you keep finding random people's underpants hidden in treasure chests. You then find mystical orbs that you then put into a giant 3D painting. You then get transported to fight the giant frost dragon that knows the Kamehameha. You now must fight really cold, hypothermia Shenron. Anyway, after beating him and eating his soul, you then return back to the castle to take a nap. Anyway, you wake up, you do some more traveling, John gives you a letter, you explore some places, you do some caving, you do some mountain climbing, you get the wind scroll, get knocked out, Bubbles and Ginger Ale encounter you. You may or may not have a threesome. Either that, they panic and shoot you with a bench-tight gun and lock you in it. But they themselves can't get you out. But then after they leave, you just easily let yourself out because you got fucking Lumina. Magical fucking sword of bullshit. Or luminescence, one of those. Anyway. Now, ants, giant fucking ants from Earth Defense Force EDF 2017 for the Xbox 360 are now attacking the city. And now you use the giant gauntlet to smash it. And now a new area is opened up where there's a giant anthill where you go in there and you can get depression and acid. So now there's a bunch of drugs and psilocybin and acid, LSD, and also if you simulate ants you get depression. And there's some cool platforming shit here. It tests your know-how if you've really been paying attention and actually know what the fuck you're doing. And then you have the minecart segment that's very much like the game Thumper. And then you fight a giant fucking queen bee and smash maggots in the face. Anyway, after fighting giant larva maggots, as well as a giant queen bee ant, and an ocean of poison like you're in fucking Fallout New Vegas or Fallout 4, you then encounter John again, you do some exploring. Also, the old lady that had Alzheimer's disease, she's dead now, so now you sit and talk with her husband, and you're both kind of sad, and then he gives you a toy that's actually a toy Kojiro, like action figures, and because she thought you were her grandson, and she wanted her grandson to remember her. And he's like, yeah, we never actually had kids, but she thought you were her grandson, and she wanted you to know that she loves you, which is awkward. Anyway, so then we solve a few more puzzles, do a little more traveling, find a few odds and ends here, finish a couple more errands, talk to a few people. Then we ride a giant fucking tornado into the sky to ride a giant Zelda puzzle. And then we go through a long, twisting, spinning tube of bullshit. And then we fight we fight Nappa. Yeah, we fight Nappa from Dragon Ball Z. And then we have that big puzzle I told you about with that thing we got from the mayor after we stopped, the city being on fire, or like, the Grillin Villages, All You Can Eat Kingdoms 9/11. After we saved that, well, we then used that one clue thing to finish that puzzle, which is actually a pretty fun puzzle. And then we fight Vegeta, and he keeps firing Gallic guns at us. Anyway, after that, we then go through this long, huge, amazing, full-on 3D level area with hedge mazes and giant 3D rocket robots like out of RoboCop. And there's all this stuff that makes you think like, Peter Jackson, or it's not Peter, that's the Percy dude. Who did Lord of the Rings again? I can't remember. You think I'd be able to remember this? Tolkien? Tolkien. It was Tolkien. Yeah, stuff out of that. So, after you fight like a bunch of O-logs and shit and smash up computer servers and encounter stuff from I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. And also you punch some bushes and say fuck the planet, and then Warcraft 2 happens. And then you go straight to StarCraft. And then there's Protoss and the Zerg and the Terrans. There's not enough pylons. And then you have a Dance Dance Revolution battle with Iron Mouse. Name's Topo. Got green hair in this one. It's a fun game. And then you climb another sort of spiral tower, but everything's crystal and modern, like cyberpunk. And now there's a giant angry tower, and you must bring down the tower. But it has a bunch of eyeballs. Anyway, then you have to stop that, and then, Flatsky's there, and he's like, give me the fucking sword, or shoot the fucking princess. And then all of a sudden, John's behind him. He's like, guess what? I'm the prince of the Thirst Quencher Empire. And I saw when you killed my parents. And I've been secretly working for you until I could find a way to betray you. But then Rucha comes up behind him and shoots him and knocks him off a second-story thing in front of you. But he's laying there kind of crippled and shot, and his leg's fucking broken. And bleeding from like all his broken ribs that are piercing his flesh. As Silent Hill is starting to take place, and Pyramid Head's just sort of fucking chilling there. Anyway, we exchange Lumina and the scrolls in order for the princess' safe return. Now Hitler is standing there with the completed sword of luminescence, and he is summoning ultimate power. But instead of becoming a Super Saiyan like he thought he would, he instead unleashes Satan. So now Satan is there. And he's like, oh shit. But he's like, well, I released Satan, so Satan will obey me. And then Satan, steps on him and kills him. And then me and the princess are sitting next to the bleeding to death John. And we're like, what the fuck do we do, man? And he's like, you have to stop him or he'll kill everybody. Oh, and Musashi, take care of my dog for me. And then Satan kills John. And then me and the princess run away. But then we find Kojiro, he's here and wants to challenge me. But then Satan shows up and he Dragon Ball Z fuses with Kojiro and becomes a large green dragon. And so then I have to run away with Princess up another giant tower with the most fucking bullshit fucking jumping in the entire platforming world of all platforming games. Fucking stressful as shit, man. Then I get to the top of the tower and I tell the princess, you gotta wait here, it's dangerous. I'm gonna fight this guy and then we're gonna go home and everything will be better. So then we have our final boss fight of the game. And what we do is first it is a 2-phase boss fight. The first phase, you're fighting a giant green dragon. However, the second phase is the giant green dragon that used to be Satan now becomes Frieza. It's now final form Frieza. But he's also like using Jujutsu Kaisen stuff. Anyway, after you kill Frieza, the world is at peace, and you return home in the end. But you can return to right before Chapter 6 and play it over and over to have more fun. Plus, there's a few new scenes that are unlocked and a few new things happen. Also, you can go to part of the forest if you've already beaten the game once and you collected all those Minkyu I talked about. So after picking up Hatsune Miikine and, like, you know, going on enough dates with her, now the giant rabbit mommy that's the size of, like, 5 buildings is angry. And that's a boss fight. And what you do is just give it a bunch of head pats. And it's cool. I know it's an action fight, but I'm just thinking of it in adorable ways. Because bunnies are cute and adorable. Anyway. I would say hopefully I sold the game to you, but let's be clear. It's not available on PlayStation. It's not available like on the online networks. And it's not available on Steam. So, if you ever play the game, it's probably going to be an emulator. Okay, sorry, I got distracted talking about a video game.
Stink 'em up, sheepy. Again. Now it's Jaw Cannon's time to shine. Capture that final panic point. You control all 3 panic points now.
Cool. You guys remember 9 Men Morse? It's a little side game, mini game that's available in Black Flag. It's Assassin's Creed 4. It's a really fun game, but a bit challenging. Honestly, I would say the 3 best Assassin's Creed games in order. I would say the best Assassin's Creed game is Assassin's Creed 5, Assassin's Creed Rogue. The second best one is Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag. The third best one is Assassin's Creed 2, the original version. But I would say if I was going to suggest to play them, I would say do it in the opposite order. So I think you should start with Assassin's Creed 2, the original version with Ezio, and then go to Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag, and then go to Assassin's Creed 5, Rogue. Now, I will also say that the original Assassin's Creed with Altair, as well as the Assassin's Creed Unity, are also very good games as well. All of the other Assassin's Creed games, as far as I'm concerned, don't exist and are not any fun, and they're terrible games.
Let's finish this up with a bang. Use Jaw Cannon to lob a shot straight to the heart. With all 3 panic points under your control, my heart will take massive damage once you end your turn. So let's convert your learnings to earnings and finish your turn. Submit to lock it in and we'll see if you've got a win. Oh, that stings. Let's see what rewards that turn has brought you. You've earned XP, which does 2 things. It can be used to upgrade Phobies. And earning XP will also win you jacks. And these jacks give the sweetest rewards. Let's go crank a jack open. This is the House of Jack. Jack's a fun one, full of tricks. Earning jacks can be quite the kick. Select a jack. Don't be shy. There's no bad choices here. Every jack's a winner. You've got upgrade cards for sheeping gas. Your future grows cloudy. This is your vault. Your vault is where all your phobies reside. You can upgrade them from here. Let's use the upgrade cards and some XP to level up sheeping gas. Select sheeping gas. Pump her up. Making your phobies stronger is totally safe, clean fun.
Talking like rare candies out of like Pokemon? Saying it before, I still want to see Raging Golden Eagle make a remake of the original Pokemon series as close as you can be without, you know, copyright issues with Nintendo or whoever owns Pokemon. Anyway, the original Kanto, Indigo League stuff, as well as the Orange Islands, as well as the Mewtwo movie, as well as Pokemon 2000, have all of those just be like, there's no movies. Everything's just episodes. Everything's just straightforward episodes. Also, everyone's 20. Ash and Misty are 20 at the start of it. Brock's 23. Jesse and James are like 26 or 27. They're still comedy villains a little bit, and it's a little bit more mature of a show. But it's not outright, like, there's no outright sex scenes, and there's no outright nudity, and there's no, like, gore. Like, yes, there might be a Scyther, like, cut a Mr. Mime in fucking half or some shit. There's gonna be a little more violence, but it's not gonna be... We're not talking like a Deadpool movie here, okay? Not quite that level, okay? Maybe like One Piece level maturity or Bleach, you know, like that. But we're not talking like fucking Berserk with Griffith and Guts and Mozgus and shit, okay? Anyway, all that's canon, especially the Pokemon 2000 thing. And I'll say this. It happens right after the end of Pokemon Orange Islands, but the Pokemon 2000 happens before Johto. And after that, Jesse and James, they stay good guys. Because they actually become good guys in that movie. I want them to stay good guys, and then they become best friends with Ash Ketchum. And they're now like best friends and traveling buddies, and they're sleeping out in the woods with him and shit. Also, yes, I can admit this to everyone, as awkward and as embarrassing as this is. Jesse, out of Pokemon. Very sexy. Yes, smash. It's like the Markiplier's Smash or Pass list, except for I'm talking about Jesse from Pokemon instead of Beedrill. I still remember like Markiplier playing the old Nightmare House game. Or him eating some Takis. Then again, I still remember coming onto YouTube way back when. And here's the thing, I'm never going to be monetized. I have never made a cent off of YouTube. I never will. And I'm not knocking people that do make money. I think that's awesome that they do. Just not for me. I'm just a crazy motherfucker who wants to talk to my computer. But, that being said, even if I had 1 million subscribers, I would never monetize the channel, never have merch, never have super chats. I'm just here to be myself and talk without a filter, and annoy the fuck out of all of you. Until eventually the day comes that YouTube probably just like deletes my channel or some shit. At which point I'll just make another one or something. Or go to Rumble. Who knows? Anyway. I need to get a drink. I think I got some more Pepsi in the fridge. And it was like, you're supposed to stop drinking the Pepsi. I'll get to it, man. Okay? Anyway, but yeah, I'm not knocking people who do get money off it. Heck, there's this one bald British dude who plays like Isaac in the Shadow of game, and that's hilarious. I enjoy watching that. But like, there's got a custom soundbite that says 10,000 bits in the air, and I'm like, that's hilarious. Every time I like do like the rocker thing with the fist pump and the devil horns, like, yeah, good, go for you. But yeah, just not for me as far as, like, granted, I do need money, but I'm not about to start making money off this channel because I don't want to. Whether it's pride or just who I am, of that I just don't want to make money off the channel. I don't want it to be about that. I want it to be about the fact that I just want to talk about whatever the fuck I want to do, whether it's singing karaoke or playing obscure games that nobody's fucking heard of. The developer of this game is like, how dare you say no one's heard of my game? Yeah, I remember coming on YouTube back when ads didn't exist. No one was monetized. There were no ads on YouTube. In fact, 99% of the world population didn't even know what a YouTube was. And the people that did either were doing blogs, Let's Plays, or cat videos. Or YouTube poops, which is like Dragon Ball Z, Team 4 Star Bridge type stuff, but much worse. Much worse quality in every way. but it was still cool that they existed. Heck, I remember Gozar doing alternate reality Dragon Ball Z abridged, which he did like 100 episodes of that. It was one dude, and it was random. It was like Team 4-Star, but more autistic and ADHD, and it was hilarious. And I thought it was cool. It's a good show. You should watch it. Anyway, it's still on YouTube. But I remember, like, you know, watching, like, back in the old days of YouTube, watching Ultra J-Man playing I Want to Be the Guy, or Bonesaw. Heck, he did Battle Kid. Battle Kid 1, Fortress of Peril, Battle Kid 2, Mountain of Torment. He even played a game called How to Be a Complete Total Bastard or some shit with a dude named Rom Scout. There's also Proton John doing Mario ROM hacks. They used stuff called Lunar Magic. And this is before Mario Maker fucking existed. This is the era of fucking Kaizo Mario. Also, there's freelance astronauts with Prototype, Mass Effect, various Legend Zelda bullshit. There was a Seaman game with like Leonard Nimoy, Spock, whatever. You had Pepsi Man. We had to see real life version of me, not the Pepsi dude, the fat dude that's drinking Pepsi and eating a pizza and like shitting himself. That's me. That's basically what I look like. So go watch Freelance Astronauts Pepsi Man. The old American dude that's fucking fat and drinking Pepsi. That's me. That's what I look like. Anyway, I'd rather be a like cute anime guy. Cute anime Bishonen. But instead I'm actually Lavos from Chrono Trigger. Or Shimio from Deathmark. Or Sayori from Doki Doki Literature Club after she fucking hangs herself. Or I'm Venus Cacophobia from Fiend Folio of the Binding of Isaac Repentance. Which, by the way, I made a video using him. And a Doki Doki Literature Club mod. And then Goku shows up later. The theme of the video is about Goku helping you with your self-esteem issues. And helping you with your confidence. And helping you to, like, work harder at the gym and shit. I suggest the video. It's called Deep Laboratories Part 31. The Fear of Lunar D8. Because I have a bullshit dark sense of humor. I don't know if it's succeeding at making anyone laugh. I also like karaoke. I'm terrible at singing, but I enjoy singing. Anyway. Proton John played a lot of stuff. He also did Don't Eat the Mushroom. Which reminds me of this thing with Zentreya. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. La, anyway, just she's doing dancing. I'm just saying this. Zentreya's model. It's like she has a bunch of different costume designs. Zentreya. That is a very, very difficult choice in which outfit. I mean, there's the Bowsette outfit, there's the Slipknot shirt, there's the like the cyberpunk futuristic one. Like, there's so many outfits that Zentreya has, and they are all very, very sexy and very beautiful. But most of all is just the energy she has. Heck, I think her and Shia Lily are just... Heck, Taiga as well. They're all pretty, like, energetic people and just... Heck, they're all really... Heck, Zentreya's done some song covers. Heck, Gargura done quite a bit of singing, too. I don't know. I think Gargura catches some flack because, like, she's short. It's fine. I think Gargura could, like, revive the Street Shark show that had, like, toys and Taco Bell at one point. But yeah, Gargura is just like, hey... Here's a person that's not especially tall and doesn't live off of a diet at McDonald's. So basically, if you're a person who's not super tall, just like Gargura is like a person who's like in their early 30s, they're like 4'8", and they don't live off of a diet at McDonald's, so they're very, very skinny. They also have but they do have a big fat tail. They have like the fucking Gyat tail, like the big fat shark tail, which is adorable. Everyone's like, what are we talking about? And we're like, I don't know. I don't remember what we're talking about. Oh, right. People in the past of Let's Playing Who else was there? Freelance. Oh yeah, we're talking about freelance astronauts. But yeah, there was like they did Mario Wii, the original Mario on the Wii. It's 4-player co-op difficulty. They all like freestyle cussing, and they played Worms. So they're all like shooting each other with shit. Kind of like this, but Worms Armageddon was a fun game. And everyone's like, pay attention to the game you're currently playing. You're going to make the developer of this game cry. I'm going to push the Windows button so I can look up the name of this developer. Pause. Smoking Gun Interactive, Phobies Holdings Incorporated. Okay, so that's who I'm making cry by ignoring their game as I'm not paying the fuck attention. Then I made a movie review called Daniel Stern Bullet Train. This is about the Brad Pitt movie. And then, of course, I did a video called It's Happy, It's Jolly, It's Good, where I discussed anime. Then again, I've also made a parody cover of Sweet Dreams, but I changed all the lyrics except for the lyrics that go, sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? All the other words are changed, complete original lyrics. It's all about cat girls and cat boys and neckos and shit. Then again, I also have the world record. Not that it's much of a world record, so anybody could have fucking done it. It's such a dumb thing that has no reward that nobody else would ever think to fucking do this. But I have over 9,000 deaths in a single level of Crash Bandicoot 4. I also, in a 3-minute clip, where if you go to my search bar in my videos and just type in the numbers 9,000, you get a 3-minute clip of me showing that I am at floor 9002 in the Binding of Isaac Repentance Infinite Basements. So I am the person who has gone to the deepest floor ever in the Binding of Isaac Repentance. Not that it takes any skill to do that. You just have to be insane. Anyway, let's probably try to finish a video. We're like struggling to get through the tutorial, man. Level up. So this game's like Yu-Gi-Oh, but better.
As you level up your phobies, you'll earn stress points. Don't listen to what people say. Stress makes you stronger.
I'd be a fucking Super Saiyan then.
Stress points earn you more sweet rewards, like exclusive phobies.
Cool. Razor Mouth.
Confabulations! You got Razor Mouth for achieving stress level 1.
Cool.
Now let's go check on your battle in progress. To resume a battle in progress, just press play.
Cool. Oh.
Oh, right. Where were we? Yes, I took my turn, and here's what I did to you.
Oh no! I feel like this is bad.
Die, little John, die! Magnificent. Oh, don't be madly if I bomb you badly. A rampage feels so therapeutic. Oh, that was fun. But you still have one phobie left. Will it be enough? Things might look grim, but now is your chance to finish me.
Again, is it meant to sound sexual, or am I just too much of a horny degenerate for this game?
One attack left. Will it be enough to collapse my heart? Oh, I'm so proud of you. Your mastery progresses. You are as one with your phobies.
Cool.
Step up and claim your end of game rewards. You've earned XP as always.
Cool.
Coffee and tears unlock new fears and help your phobies grow stronger.
Cool.
And now we progress to your most fearsome test. Can you handle it? Let's see if you're Mook or Moxie. To the arena for a live battle. The darker the corner, the thicker the web. In such places lurk our finest dreads.
What are the keyholes?
2 last tips before the noose slips. This is your vault. Your phobies dwell here. They only spawn when bidden. To summon a phobie, you use keys. The more powerful the phobie, the more keys required. You get but 3 keys per turn, so use them wisely. Here in blue are all the keys you are due. 3 per turn till they are through. Let's use 3 keys now to summon Murderwing. Now let's take a closer look at him. His card shows all his stats and abilities.
Okay.
All phobies belong to one of 4 races. Each race has its strengths and weaknesses. Flip the card back and we'll say that's that. The spawning is only done once you choose where he should come. Here's a good spot.
Gonna tell him where to come.
Your 3 keys are spent, leaving nothing for a rainy turn. Let us reconsider this Murderwing. Use the undo button to send him back. You can undo your entire turn if you wish. We're all about experimentation here. A cheap approach presents itself. Claim the center point with Razormouth. You've saved 2 keys for next turn. That could turn into something big. Now submit your turn. Interesting. Now, why do you suppose you chose the attic? Yes, sometimes my touch is just a little bit much. Looks like I'll have to dig a little deeper. are yours. It's getting tense in here. Things we cared for now forgotten. The attics where it all lies rotting. Now know the ins and outs of fear. Let's see what else has happened here. Bless your beans. You've earned some coffee. Let's turn that into something naughty. Greetings, Vendy. How's business? No coffee. Oh, how very tragic. Our timing couldn't be more magic. Meet your new supplier.
That's adorable.
Our friend is new. Their beans in hand a scantling few. If only there was some way they could battle it up today. I'm sure that returning heaping is quite pronto.
Where'd you put the cup?
Whoa. The first one's free, you say, Fendi?
Cool.
Visit Fendi anytime. He'll turn your coffee and tears into something sublime. Now you should make an alias. Don't want your phobies knowing your real name. Trust me.
I feel limited in my choices.
Great choice. Now that we've secured an alias, how about we secure your account by binding your email?